Hey everyone, welcome back to VA Made Easy. I'm Ed Farmer. Now I might get a little grief for this topic because I know you got some of you guys out there have used these insiders and the guardians successfully. But today I'm going to give you 5 reasons you should not use unaccredited representatives. All right, so let's get into it. Number 1, there's a law against someone who's not accredited by the VA to prosecute or prepare claims. Now, what I mean by accredited is the VA has basically given their blessing saying this person is allowed to handle VA claims, give advice on VA claims, prepare forms. Anything that has to do with VA benefits, the VA says this person is allowed to do that under the law. And I'm going to put a link up here to the list of all accredited attorneys, agents, and VSOs in the United States. So the law says you can't do it if you're not accredited. I'm going to put the site up here. Only VA accredited persons can assist claimants in the preparation, presentation, and prosecution of claims for benefits. These unaccredited representatives are going to say, well, that doesn't apply to us. We're just coaches or medical consultants, but they're not. If they're giving you specific advice on your specific VA claim, that is providing representation. They are just trying to use a way to get around the loopholes that say they can't represent if they're not accredited by the VA. Number 2, and this is probably the biggest issue, they are illegally charging veterans. The law says, and I'll put the citation on the screen, only accredited representatives could charge a fee for the handling of VA claims. And guys, these laws were put into place purposefully. It's because Congress didn't want people taking advantage of veterans and charging them more than they could afford or taking all their back pay. And this is exactly what these companies are doing. When you're accredited by the VA puts certain limits on you of when you could charge a fee and when you cannot charge a fee. So you cannot charge for new claims. You're capped at what you can charge. These companies, all those rules go out the window. They're charging 7, 8, 9 times the amount of the veteran's back pay, sometimes for a claim that they didn't even handle. And you know what? When the veteran refuses to pay, they send collections agents after them. As an attorney, I would never even send a collections agent after a disabled veteran. God, these people are appalling, guys. They really are. So the charging of fees is just one VA standard they don't adhere to. 3 other VA standards that don't adhere to them because they're not accredited. One is the VA has certain educational requirements. For one, the VA requires their accredited agents to keep up with continuing legal education. So you need to continually educate yourself on changes in VA law. For one, me personally as an attorney, I spend an additional 30 hours a year attending conferences to learn about the changes in VA law. I don't think these unaccredited representatives are doing that. They also don't have to adhere to the VA's ethical standards. I mean, don't you guys want a representative that has to answer to somebody who's just not doing whatever the hell they want? I mean, when it comes to attorneys, not only do we have to follow the VA's laws, but we have to follow the rules of professional conduct. These companies have none of that. 4, and a lot of you may disagree, but I'm going to say it anyways. Their services aren't very good. They're not making legal arguments on your behalf. Yeah, okay, they're getting a medical opinion. Well, I've heard those medical opinions are just recycled. I've known some people who were in charge of writing them. They set them up so it's just kind of fill in the blank. So if that's what you want to pay for, be my guest. But guess what? The issues with the VA aren't always medical in nature. If a legal issue arises, are they there to help you? Are they going to argue the early effective date for you? No, because they can't, nor do they care. And here's my last one. 5, lack of resources. So when you're an accredited attorney or agent or VSO, you have electronic access to the VA's files. I could see your full military file. I could see your full VA file. I know when an exam is about to be scheduled. I could see the exam when it's complete. These unaccredited representatives don't have that ability because you need to be accredited, go through a background check in order to get these resources. What they make veterans do is give up their va.gov password and username. I don't recommend doing that, guys. You don't know what they're going to do with it. In my opinion, they're only using that information to see when you get a decision so they can charge you. I could go on and on about these unaccredited agents, guys. My advice, stay far away from them for the 5 reasons I just mentioned above and way more. I mean, they're being sued in some states because of what they're doing. Now, what are your options? One, if you got a simple case, guys, use my videos, use other reliable sources online, not from these guys, to handle your VA case. Some of these cases you could do on your own. And that's sort of my goal with this whole YouTube channel, is that you guys don't have to hire anybody. I'm an attorney, and yes, I charge to handle claims, but I want you guys to be able to do these simple cases on your own without having to pay somebody. If you have an easy case, but you still don't feel comfortable doing it, that's okay. Use a VSO. I know I give VSOs a hard time on this channel, but they do play a very important role in the VA claims process. If your case is simple, straightforward, no legal problems, no medical problems, a VSO is probably a good resource for you. Lastly, if you do happen to have a complicated case, maybe seek out an attorney or a VA accredited agent. But listen, guys, I'm not here to cheerlead for attorneys who do VA work. In fact, I think many of them are despicable. I don't think they do a good job. My advice to you, if you're going to hire an attorney, choose somebody who does a lot of VA work, that most of their caseload should be VA, okay? And make sure they're accredited and make sure they follow all the rules when it comes to fees. That does it, guys. I hope this was informative for you. I really appreciate all the support of the channel. Please keep liking and subscribing. I got some new changes coming up for the new year. I think everyone's going to enjoy, even if you don't have an active VA disability case. Remember, you guys have the power to change your VA claim.